Hey everyone, this is your friend Kumar and I welcome you to my show. Today I'm going to discuss about 4 Qs of personal brand building. As we all know, with changing times, personal brand building is becoming more and more important for all of us. Now, a lot of people ask me this particular question that how they should start their personal brand building process or what should be the first step of their personal brand building process. So today I'm going to discuss about that. I took a very simple step of asking 4 questions to myself to start my personal brand building process. And here are those 4 questions for you. First question is why, then who, then how, and then what. This is more a inside out process to understand the purpose, the target, the channels, and the actual result of personal brand building. Okay, so I would like to start with the first one, which is the core of our personal brand building process, that is why. So to start with, when we ask this particular question to ourselves, that why I should build my personal brand, it's more about the purpose of your personal brand. Okay, now there are a lot of people who told me that I want to build my personal brand to earn money, I want to build my personal brand to get a good job, I want to build my personal brand to get leads and those sort of things. And that's totally fine, we are human beings and we are driven by all those things, right? But we need to understand one thing, that in this personal brand building process, there are two different parties which are involved. One, the person who is trying to build his personal brand. Second party is or are the audience, who are a very important part of this personal brand building process. Now, why should I or why should someone going to be interested in your personal brand building process if there is nothing for them? Okay, why should they spend time in watching your content if that's not adding any value in their life? So first thing which we need to figure out through this why question, that why I want to create my personal brand, or what should be the purpose of my personal brand building process, and what value I will create for my audience. So the my purpose should incline with a value creation process for my audience. And only if I can do that, then only my personal brand building will be successful. Okay, so we need to figure out the purpose. So if I want to give you an example, my purpose is to help people in building their personal brand. Now they can be my customer who are paying me for their personal brand building process, or they can be anyone who is watching my videos, or who are my audience. They can be students, they can be professionals, and I don't have any financial relationship with them. Okay, now I have a very clear purpose in my mind, that I want to help 1,000 people in their personal brand building process. I want to help them to achieve their goals by building their personal brand. Okay, now you should figure out your own purpose, and that is why you need to ask this why question again and again to yourself. Now we would like to move to the next question, which is who. And again, this is a very important question for your personal brand building process. When we are saying who, that means we are trying to figure out our audience set. Okay, so who are going to be my audience, for whom I'm going to generate value? So again, we need to figure out, we need to drive the answer from our previous answer, which is why. So we have already understood the purpose of our personal brand building, we know what value we want to generate. Now we need to understand that for whom that value is important, or the value which we are generating is going to help which set of people. Now they are our audience. Okay, now once we know the purpose and we ask this question to ourselves, who is my audience, we need to figure out their demography. That means we need to understand their age group, we need to understand their professional background, we need to understand what their needs, we need to understand their geographical location, we need to understand different other what can I say, different other aspect of our audience. Okay, now this question is all about of understanding all those facts. Now I would like to move to the next question, which is how. Now when we know that what is our purpose and who is our audience, now the next question is how we will reach to them. Now here are two things which are important to understand from this question purpose. First thing is the channel mix and then the content mix. Okay, so when I'm saying channel mix means which are the channel where or channels which where my target audience is available, which are the digital channels on which my target audience is available or my target audience are available. Now for example, there are a lot of social media channels are available like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, uh, TikTok, Pinterest, Instagram, and many more. So we need to figure out the channels where my target audience is available. Not only that, from where they try to achieve the values which we are trying to generate. So for an example, if we are generating knowledge based content, so obviously we need to figure out from which channel my audience want to get the knowledge based content. Is it YouTube, is it Facebook, is it LinkedIn? Like for example, if I'm trying to generate knowledge based content for students, they might want to get it through Facebook and through YouTube. But at the same point of time, if I want to generate knowledge based content for professional, then it might be a different set of channels. It might be LinkedIn, it might be YouTube, right? So we need to figure out that, and based on that we need to create our channel mix. Now the next thing is content mix. That means we already know the demography of our audience. Now we need to understand that what sort of content they like the most. That means there are a lot of type of contents are available like video content, audio content, textual content, graphical contents. So what type of contents they relate with. Okay, so if our audience they relates more with video content, then we should create more video contents, right? So for an example, if our audience set is lying between 17 to 21, they are more inclined towards video content. And if our audience set is a little bit older, then they might look for more textual content. So it depends. We need to understand our audience set, and based on that we need to figure out our content mix. Again, I'm calling it mix because it's not a single type of content, it's a different type of content but in different amount. That means I need to figure out when I know the demography of my audience, I need to understand that what is the right mix of content for them. How much amount of content I should create as video, how much amount of content I should create as textual content like blogs or articles, how much amount of content I should create audio content like webinars. So that we need to figure it out. Okay, now we would like to move to the next question, which is what. Okay, and this question is very much important because as I started that lot of us we as we are human beings, we have our own purpose as well. That means we want to generate some value for ourselves as well. So what is the value we want to generate for ourselves, and how we will generate that? Obviously, you have your own purpose, or you want to generate value for yourself as well. So what is that value? If, for an example, uh, obviously as a businessman, I want leads for my own business, right? Now how I want to generate, or how I will generate that value for my business? Now when I'm creating contents, I have a thing called, or I have a place where I can put my CTAs, okay, with my content. Now, what is CTA? CTA is call to action. That means once someone go through my content and he's engaged with it, I can put some links, or something there through which I can engage that particular audience and take him back to a certain website or a certain form which they will fill up, and they will become my lead, or I can at least approach to them, okay, for my services. Okay, so that's CTA. Now that can be a page, website page, where you want to take to your audience, and there should be a form which they should fill up, and they can become your lead. Or you can even give your calendar link, or you can take them to your other piece of contents. So it depends on your own strategy, like how you want to now uh, convert your audience to your customer base. Okay, so that is why. So these are the four questions which are very important to build your strategy for personal brand building. Okay, now I would like to create more videos on this individual questions, like why, who, how, and what. So keep watching for those videos. I would Those will come very soon. Thanks a lot for watching this particular video. If you have any question or any suggestions, please let me know. I would happy to get in touch with you. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Bye bye.